Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide.
All right, back at it again with Big Talk Podcast. I know it's been a very long time. Yeah, so if you guys haven't seen me before, my name is Taryn, also known by NFK.
This is Big J Jamil, also known as KIAJ.
Yeah, so today we're going to be telling you a little bit about ourselves, just kind of getting back into the flow of the podcast. From the people who used to watch the podcast, we would just talk about a little bit of everything, if it was from sports to politics to just life in general.
Right.
But yeah, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself, Jay?
Man, I'm an Alabama country boy. I come down from Fosters, Alabama. But T-Town is my home as well. I'm trying to get everything in my life basically set up with this whole music thing, man, and I'm just trying to see how it goes, man.
Yeah. So with music and with everything going on right now, just to give you a brief rundown, if you guys haven't been here before, we both went to high school together, middle school, elementary school as well. We played football together.
Right.
But yeah, we started making music back in high school, and his biggest dream throughout high school was to become a rapper. And I've always supported him with it. I've helped him make music. I've been in his songs before. I've helped him make music videos. But yeah, so what are you thinking? What does this year look like for you in music? What does it look like?
Man, I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is probably the biggest upcoming year that I've looked forward to, man. Just the drive and the determination that I have, and just going into it, man. I feel very confident about this.
Yeah. I think, just kind of letting the people in know kind of what we came to terms with. So this year, we both worked pretty much 9 to 5s. I would just say 9 to 5s, but we both are like, look, since out of high school, because we graduated 2020, the year of COVID, that took over. Some tough, a tough year and all that stuff. But just kind of coming back to it though. So for a while, we just stopped making music, stopped everything we were doing, and just started boom, focusing on 9 to 5 like that. So this year we sat down, we're like, hey, how can we make something happen? So we came up with some plans and stuff. By the way, I got an album coming out, something I wanted to talk about a little bit too. But
yes, sir.
I'm trying to stay on the topic, but we'll get to this. But again, dropping an album, so that's what I mean. We're just taking the right steps to kind of still chase our passions and stuff of that nature.
Most definitely.
Yeah. But with music, what does it mean to you? What does music mean?
Man, music to me is very therapeutic, man. It's helped me through a lot in my lifetime. And as a little boy, when I wasn't even really interested in making my own music, man, just listening to different artists that I grew up listening to.
Artists,
like, man.
Who are you listening to?
Man, when I was younger, I was a big Eminem fan. Still a big Eminem fan.
Eminem,
by the way.
Okay.
I related a lot to his situation. And the aggression that he showed, and some of the times where he more or less performed as Marshall Mathers, something that actually hit me in the heart. You know what I'm saying? So music to me, man, is life. Music is life to me.
So a lot of Eminem inspiration.
A lot of Eminem, most definitely.
You said music is life.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, there's viewers out there who love music and everything else, but to kind of elaborate on what, again, I'm just kind of trying to pick in your mind right now, because music is life for me, but it looks in different forms for different people. I keep hitting my mic. Sorry, folks, I'm hitting my mic again. We're very new to the podcast game. When we used to do podcasts, we used to be, I was in Tennessee, he was in Alabama, so
right.
This is our first time doing a podcast in the same room. Please bear with us, and big shout out to Ricky for letting us, do it in the studio.
On me.
Yeah,
big
we really appreciate it, Ricky. But yeah, so again, elaborate on music. What does it look like when it's intertwined? Because you said it's life.
Right. Well, I deal a lot with depression, anxiety,
Okay.
and mental health. So I can have a bad day, right? I can turn on a song, and that song can mean to me whatever I want that song to mean to me, especially with the situation that I'd be going through at that time.
Yeah.
And if I go home and I hear a beat and I type in something that I can relate to, you know what I'm saying, I'll write to that song, and and after I get done writing to that song, I just have this big peace over me. So when I say music is life, that's exactly what I mean, man. It's helped me out through everything, you know.
Yeah. I think we can all agree. I think everybody goes through their own forms of pain or depression.
Most definitely.
You know, I think everybody goes through it and everybody handles it a different way. But for some people it is music. Some people it could be going to the gym. Some people it could be playing video games. I mean,
yes, sir.
A little bit of everything. But I always think that's interesting though when you got someone who says this is part of life, because if you remove, so it's like you got two things right together, and if you remove one cannot exist without the other, like peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly.
You gotta have it together.
Gotta have it together, bro.
So when it comes down to J, if there ain't no music, you ain't got J.
Right.
So that's I always thought that was interesting. But you said, so you go on there, you look up beats. What kind of beat you playing?
Man, it depends.
Depends on the mood.
It depends on the mood, man. It depends on the mood.
I'm gonna give you a scenario.
Okay.
I think people can relate to this. All right. 5 o'clock, you getting off of work. You start thinking, right?
Right.
All right, what beat you going to? Like, I think everybody who makes music knows you, like, especially if you make rap, you go on YouTube and you type up type beat.
Right.
So if you got, let's say, my favorite artist is Kevin Gates. Big shout out to Gates. If you ever see this, man, much love. But I go Kevin Gates type beat. So 5 o'clock, you getting off of work. What kind of beat you looking for?
5 o'clock.
I know, like you driving, but
right.
What's playing in your head?
Man, like you said, with Kevin Gates is easily my top 5 artists. You know what I'm saying? But there's somebody that does come before Kevin Gates, and I probably have to get that to Mo 3, man. A Mo 3 type beat, R.I.P. Mo.
R.I.P.
Man, like that man was a big inspiration to me. But if it's 5 o'clock, man, I'm just getting off. Yeah. Basically, man, focusing on how I'm trying to get to where I want to go.
I got you.
Definitely a Mo 3 type beat.
Mo 3 type beat. I got you. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna hit you rapid fire. Right. 12 o'clock at night. You a little sad. What beat you going to?
Gotta go Rod Wave, man.
Rod Wave.
Gotta go a Rod Wave beat.
Hey, I'm laughing, but Rod Wave again. Rod Wave is he changed the lane for a lot of people though with his style of music. But yeah, big shout out to Rod. All right, so what I say, 12 o'clock?
You said 12 o'clock. Yeah.
All right. So we got Rod Wave. We got Mo 3. Okay. It's about 9 o'clock. 9:30. 9:30. 9:30. It's a Saturday.
All right.
You just got done hanging out with your boys.
Right.
Me, whoever, Tyler, Keontre, whatever. Y'all, you just had a good night. What we looking at? 9:30.
We had a good night.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that's kind of difficult. Man.
We're looking for a hype beat. That's what I mean. I'm leaning toward a hype beat. What we looking for a hype
beat? Then I probably got to go with the hometown hero himself, man. It's basically 2 hometown heroes, man. Either Big Yavo or TLE Cinco, man.
All right.
Or Big Scar, RP Scar, by the way. But those 3 right there, like if I'm looking for a hype beat, got to go with them.
Okay.
Got to go with them.
Yeah. So again, I just kind of wanted to do that little segment though, and just kind of, getting the jitters out because we ain't done the podcast in so long. But again, you just getting to know Jay. He loves music and all that. That's the biggest thing. Right now we're on this music grind, so it's gonna be brought up a lot in podcasts, is where we're talking about music. And again, is there if I just play off a little bit from my album?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, man.
So people that know me throughout my life, high school friends, whoever, people that know me, I've always loved music, probably since I was a little kid in a car with my mom.
Sure.
Shout out to my mom. when I was like 5 or 6 years old, you know, little kids, they be listening to nowadays Baby Shark, whatever, all that stuff. But
Cocomelon type shit.
My mom had me listening to Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yes, sir.
A little bit of Eminem.
Yes, sir.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. I got the shirt on. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana.
For sure.
I mean, I was getting a little bit of everything though. All the way from you can ride in my big green tractor around so I get a little country too. But that's what I'm saying. I just grew up listening to music, and then when I started getting older, I was like, you know, I think there's a tier for people that listen to music. It's either I'm listening for sound, which again, I say my wife Amber, she'll listen for sound. So anything that sound good. Like, it don't matter what they saying. It just, as long as it sound good,
she'll flow to it.
Yeah, like if you got, you know, it can be whack lyrics or good lyrics, but it's just the sound. You know, people look for sound.
Exactly.
So I feel like I leveled up in this music thing, because then I was like, I started digesting lyrics though. Right. You know, I would look past sound, and then it just kind of like, man, these words start hitting with weight. That's how it felt like. Exactly. It just hit me with weight. So
started getting into the true meaning of it.
Yeah, so I was like, man, I really like how this make me feel. You know what I'm saying? I like how listening to someone's music is helping me go through something what I'm going through.
Exactly.
So I started playing around in high school. I had dropped a couple songs on Rap Chat back in high school. Just playing around with it. Now, again, I wasn't making meaningful music, but it was kind of different, you know, just hearing myself on a beat, playing it in my truck. Like, okay, I just made a song. So, you know, I really enjoyed that feeling of making music. And then when I came to making meaningful music, I will say this is the most therapeutic thing in my life.
Oh, yeah. Most
because things that... So, again, I'm trying to stay on topic. You know, bear with me, folks, but... So I'm going back to my new album coming out on February 17th. It's called Broken Dreams Boulevard. It's going to be 8 songs. I feel like it was. So again, this is my first album. I've only dropped singles and just like music videos, stuff like that. So this has definitely been a passion project. And again, it is like, I mean, I got my brother right here, yes, but it is, I mean, legit, it's just kind of like a one-man show. I mean, I'm not gonna be scared to say it. You help me with lyrics sometimes.
Yes, sir.
But when it comes to the mixing, the software, it's all pretty much been me and self-taught. So again, this has been a very passionate thing for me. Seeing it come together. I mean, you've gotten to pretty much hear every track.
Yes, sir.
I feel like you said it's been good. Your thoughts?
Yes, sir. Man, if you're that type of person that is really in tune with your feelings, that is really in tune with how you feel about different situations, this one's gonna be for you. This man poured his heart into this album, and I'm very proud of him for that, man. Y'all gonna like this one. Y'all gonna like this one.
I appreciate the shout out like that, but
yes, sir.
So this album means a lot to me. You know, it's just kind of a journey through. I really was proud of myself for this. So I can say, starting from the first track all the way to the end, it got a rhyme to a reason, except maybe one song, and that's actually a song me and him did together. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, and it's not like a diss on our song. Our song is great, don't get me wrong, but it's just a little bit, it's different compared to the rest of the flow. But it's how do I say? It's not funny, but it's kind of like a, what is it called, a comic relief, because the whole song is it's intense.
Exactly,
you know?
Exactly.
I can't be snapping. I gotta think. I can't snap because then pick up. But
straight.
Yeah. So I pretty much say throughout the entire album, 1 through 8, you're gonna, you know, be feeling it, the emotions most definitely. Yeah. But yeah, man, it was kind of crazy though, because there's some people, and again, it's not. And you know this is very weird because usually I'm my worst critic though. But I'm gonna talk a little good on myself. So.
Okay, for the first time in the film.
Yeah, so I do feel like I'm somewhat gifted though, because some people who make these, you know, songs and stuff, they got a full team of writers and they got a full team of producers. This, that, like, boom, boom, boom. You're getting all these people to make one song, and then. For my situation, it's like I'm just making boom, boom, banger, 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 drop, drop, and it's like it's just me and you, That's it.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
I'm saying, again, it's not like to toot my horn, but there's something that comes natural with it.
Yeah.
Like natural ingredients.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying.
That's and I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's
No, you
like
good. Yeah.
in general, man. That's really how music is, man. You know, some people they try to force the whole music thing.
Can you pass me my water?
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate it.
Some people they try to force the whole music thing, man. And I look at it like this, man. It's either you got it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people that have true raw talent, and I know a lot of people that just suck. You know, no disrespect to them, but you know. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could take it how you want, but you know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. And I feel like both of us just have that natural talent, you know, not trying to be cocky or anything like that. Because one of my number one prayers is that God keeps me and him humble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also, I did want to ask you a question.
What's up?
You said the name of this album was Broken Dreams Boulevard.
Yeah.
I'm personally in love with that name for an album, man. I just want you to explain to everybody watching what does that title mean?
So Broken Dreams Boulevard, you know, there's a song, I think it's Green Day. You know what song I'm talking about?
I walk a lonely road.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that a little bit inspired me because I like that. I walk a lonely road, you know, all that stuff, and that's kind of, I feel like I can relate to that, but truly with the album, and you everybody will understand when they listen to it because it's very self-explanatory in that first track. I pretty much explain what the album is, and that, like, welcome to Broken Dreams Boulevard.
Exactly. Right.
And again, there's kind of a little bit of touch up without spoiling. Broken Dream Boulevard. Sorry, I'm trying to toe tap.
Take your time.
So if it wasn't for this album and me not trying this, I feel like all my dreams would be broken because I'm not chasing them. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I can't. So kind of what I talk about in the album leads up to this moment where I'm at in my life. You know.
Exactly.
So kind of my thoughts throughout the album is kind of what led me to almost breaking my dreams in that sense, like not chasing them.
Right.
So again, the album is talking about things that led me to almost not chasing my dreams. So that's why it's called Broken Dreams Boulevard.
Right.
Because it's taking you down that boulevard of where I'm just talking about what I was going through, experiencing, you know.
And in a sense, who you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, but again, I felt like this album, before I put out any other music, was necessary because there is people who I had day one. Like I used to stream on Twitch. Shout out to all the people who are going to watch this that used to watch my Twitch stream.
Yes, sir.
Love y'all. Y'all been great fans. But like, I feel like I owe the people a response to why I just went AFK on them.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Yeah, AFK or MIA, something like that, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
I don't know if that was the right abbreviation.
It was.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
AFK, you know, away from keyboard type.
I got you.
Video game
I was thinking about video games.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But
man, oh God, you heard that?
I heard that.
But dude, my next question I have for you, and I really love that explanation.
I feel like it didn't make sense, but
no, it most definitely did.
Right.
I know you don't really like comparing yourself to other people, and I don't really like comparing myself to other people. But if you had any inspirations that you feel like musically helped you out making this album, who were those people?
My biggest inspirations to this album, so it's gonna be Lil Peep.
Okay.
You know, I love rap, but that's not your traditional rap. But so I will talk a little bit about my inspiration from Lil Peep. You know, I was a depressed little boy. You know, depressed little boy throughout high school, and his music really helped me. And his music really told a story to me throughout his music. You know, it just kind of always told a story to me anytime he would make a song.
Right.
And I really like his vibe, the sound of his music. So, kind of the meaning behind his music as well. So that was a big inspiration. Another big inspiration, and I think me talking about my inspirations is kind of painting the album to understand the feeling that, because if you're going into this album thinking you're gonna hear like some crazy hype music, this ain't it. I mean, you got one song that's gonna be, kind of like that, yeah. But like if that is your cup of tea, I will say this album's probably not the cup of tea. I was gonna say Kurt Cobain, Nirvana.
Yes, sir.
That is such like a big inspiration to me
yes,
in anything I do with music.
Yes, sir.
I like that rock star mentality.
Most
you
definitely.
Know, when you can get on a beat and you can go crazy.
Exactly. You just be yourself, and that's the big thing about music, man.
So I will talk. So there's a song on the album called "Smoke," and I'm saying Kurt Cobain, he wasn't a rapper, but I still think he was like that rock star mentality. Though a lot of rappers have it.
Yeah.
Where you can just turn up,
exactly,
go crazy.
You can turn that switch on.
Yeah, turn that switch on. So I kind of look like to Nirvana, Kurt Cobain in that sense, where you can turn on that switch, you can be a rock star, and then you can kick it back to something like Something in the Way.
Right.
You know that song, Something in the Way?
Exactly, of course.
So I like being versatile with it, because I feel like I can rap. I don't feel like that's my specialty in life, though, but I feel like if I had to, hang around with some bars, I could. But for me, I like just being able to rap.
Right.
And then if I want to sing, I sing.
Yes, sir. And
just kind of play back and forth. And I think this song is going to show a lot of versatility because even it is a slower paced album, but you'll see glimpse of where like I can flip that switch, like I can turn it, but then I can bring it back quick, So,
exactly. Right.
But yeah, I really just thanks for asking them questions. Kind of open up my mindset about the album a little bit more. Oh, but yeah, today's sponsor, we got purified water from Walmart. Just talking about that a little bit.
Sam's Club.
So if you guys are looking for rehydration, right, most definitely get your Members Mark purified water. No, I'm joking. We are not sponsored. We are looking for sponsorships though. If you guys, if someone's out there and they're seeing this and they're like, we want to sponsor.
Just to get us started with something.
Yeah, I'm just saying we are taking sponsorships. Most I just wanted to add a sponsorship plug in there.
Exactly.
But yeah. So just kind of moving forward. Let's move forward a little bit. We talked about music a little bit. Again, that is going to be a big topic of discussion, future podcasts and stuff of that nature. But let's go. Let's talk a little bit about life.
Okay.
Let's talk about life.
All right.
So let's just get to the knit and grit of things, right? It's 2023.
Yes, sir.
What has it been? 3 years since COVID?
Yeah.
When did COVID come out? 2020.
It was right before the summer of 2020.
Yeah, because we were in high school.
We were in high school, and then we got let out for spring break.
Yeah.
See you after spring break.
Yeah.
2 months, and then
boom, we ain't come back.
Didn't come back, man.
Yeah.
Shut down everything. It was a heartbreak.
So, I'm gonna say, do you think that life is? Hold on, how do I say this? Sorry, I'm trying to.
There you go.
Do you think COVID's changed the trajectory of life?
Oh, hell yeah.
For people.
Most definitely. Like a lot of people, especially after COVID, man. Let's just acknowledge the fact that the world and the United States was never the same. It has not been the same ever since 2020. Yeah. Ever since COVID hit, man. It changed a lot of people's lives.
And I'm not trying to cut you off, but it's like I itch on this topic so much because I feel like being above ground is obviously great and it's a blessing, but I feel like the quality of life has changed a lot since COVID because I feel like people are so quick to be angry at each other.
Yeah, most definitely.
But I feel like before COVID, there was just like this peace about life.
Exactly.
Like there were still bad things going on. Don't get me wrong. Like
there was a war.
There was always wars and stuff. But it's just like I feel like it's a different feeling now.
It's a very different.
I think everybody can somewhat relate to that since COVID's happened. It's just kind of like we're in this like weird stage where it's like you don't know what the hell's going on.
Exactly. You
just don't know what's going on.
It's like we're ever since COVID hit, it's like the world is in a spot where we're desperately trying to get back to how we used to be. But in our mind, we know we're never going to be the same again. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly how it be. Because, like, it's weird because, like, you catch these moments where you're, like, at a concert, right? And you're like, oh, we're back to life. And then 2 weeks later, like, COVID. Sickness. Yeah, you got COVID and sickness. And then they're like, you think, oh, we're good, you know, and then COVID comes out with this new brand called COVID Plus, and it's like some crazy COVID strain,
like a damn Disney Plus subscription.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like it just be crazy because as soon as you think, okay, life is starting,
right,
so life is feeling chill, and then
boom, we
knock you
get
out.
hit with another sickness, man, and it's so. And it's so fucking ridiculous, man. Like it, COVID really set the tone for these next years for sure.
Yeah, so that's something I just kind of wanted to talk about a little bit. So I'm gonna play off of that topic about life. So let's talk about some news.
What's up?
The depressing stuff. Good news doesn't sell, so it always has to be bad news.
Most definitely.
Because no one cares if everything's happy. Everybody cares if something's bad. So.
Shout out to the government.
Yeah. So shout out. I've been talking to you, but I'm talking to you as well. So if you haven't already known, I know me and him have talked about this, but our good communist. Our good communist buddies decided to fly this big ass balloon over the United States.
Fat ass balloon, boy.
Yeah, I had just got home from work, and I look at the news, and all I see is this big white balloon. Talking about some balloon spy. I said, if you got a spy, why you put it in a balloon? You know, I understand that.
Like we ain't gonna see this big ass balloon in the sky. You know what I'm saying?
But what's your thoughts? Your thoughts?
Man, my first thought, man. I'm on damn Instagram. Mm-hmm. Cause that's where I get most of my news feed. You know what I'm saying? The Shade Room, Instagram, all that shit.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm scrolling, and I see this shit. That China's balloon, this big ass white balloon, then flown over into.
You couldn't have a worse disguised balloon. Like it's big and white up in the sky.
Bro, and they described it as a spy balloon. Who the? How in crazy? Because this topic pisses me off. Okay, we all know that the Chinese are very smart people. You know, no racism intended by any means. But this big ass balloon was described as a spy balloon. Hell, I'm not the smartest man in the world. I saw that motherfucker.
Oh, you're talking about because if you're gonna create a spy balloon, why make it so noticeable?
It look like somebody about to go skydiving out that bat. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a tourist attraction. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it kind of threw me for a loop. It had me worried a little bit, but it's been rumors of war for the past since before we were born.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
most definitely.
You feel me?
I mean, it's already been something in the making. Yeah, but I'm not going to get too much on the gravy train with the politics of it, but I will say it is extremely, extremely weird how a balloon managed to make it over. Again, and I have a really big problem with news. Okay, because everybody, journalism isn't journalism anymore. Right. It's like you're going to report your agenda. Right. You're not going to actually tell the news.
Exactly. That's very true.
So, again, I could be fact checked here, but I will say I thought that the balloon had went over where we keep ballistic missiles.
Yeah.
So now, on top of this cherry, they just flying the up balloons, over. Not only are you disrespecting us in that sense, we can fly a big ass balloon over your country.
Like, we can do whatever.
But now we're gonna take pictures of your ballistic missiles.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then on top of that, now we know what you packing.
You feel me?
So if you carrying a Glock, I'm gonna carry a Uzi,
RPG, something crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but now you know what we packing. So
most definitely.
I just kind of thought that was crazy. How. I think it was issued all right, we're going to shoot it down, but then they were worried that it was going to affect the people. I think it was under the state of Montana.
Yeah.
But I know they shot it down over I think the ocean, right? They shot it down, but
I can't remember.
I'm telling you right now, I mean, as stupid as that balloon looks, they didn't have a Polaroid camera up in there taking pictures, so they probably already got the footage they needed.
You know what I'm saying?
It was probably like linked, while it's in the sky. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch up on that a little bit. Again, I haven't seen it on TikTok. I haven't seen it on Instagram. Again, there is algorithms, so if you do follow news stations, you probably will see it. But and me on my TikTok, it is just like music and UFC and stuff like that. I don't see news on TikTok. But I was thinking, we'll talk about it and give our opinion on it a little bit, because there's someone who's like probably didn't even know there was a balloon. Right. So I thought you guys would find that interesting.
Yeah, it was, and I also saw where China reacted to us shooting this big ass war balloon out of the sky.
They got mad.
Yeah, they were saying how our actions were unnecessary, and I can't remember the exact wording for it, but it's going to issue some sort of response. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I mean, you over in our territory.
Yeah.
You in our territory flying this big ass balloon, and if we flew something like that over to y'all, I would expect y'all wholeheartedly
to shoot it down. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me put this in common sense terms for these government politicians.
Right.
All right, so listen. If you bring a bear, you got a pet bear, and you bring it over to my property,
A pet bear.
and that bear starts attacking my dog,
You gonna lay that bear down?
that bear is gonna be dead,
The
right?
bear
It's gonna be a
dead.
dead bear.
Exactly.
And I'm just using an analogy. It's a stupid analogy, but so when you have your big ass balloon, right? And I'm using that, the balloon is the bear in this sense.
Yeah.
That balloon then comes onto my property,
Right.
okay, and starts messing with me,
Exactly. Provoking.
our country,
Right.
taking pictures of our ballistic missiles.
Exactly.
I mean,
It gotta go.
say it for me.
You got to take your country ass up out of here.
Yeah, get up out of here.
You got to get up. You got to get it going, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that's actually crazy though that China didn't think this is an issue. But it just sounds like to me someone's playing chess so they can move their king to start the war. If that makes sense. All right, got our little news daily bit in. All right, so let's talk about something else, because this is something else that is super fun stuff and inspiring that we also love very much, near and dear to music.
Let's talk about it.
I think where am I going? You know where I'm going?
I think I know what you're about to say.
All right. So we're gonna talk about fighting.
Yes, sir.
All right. One, I will say, this guy right here, he is a talented rapper, and I'm willing to bet I'll put him up against any other rapper, especially in the state of Alabama. I think he's the hands down the best rapper in the state of Alabama, but I will put him up against some of the best rappers in the world. I truly, wholeheartedly believe that.
I appreciate it.
But this guy got hands. All right. We've talked about it. He wants to do an amateur boxing fight.
Most definitely.
So Jake Paul, any of you YouTubers out there that want to get it, I'll give you smoke too. But
hey man,
you want a true fight? This is the real fight.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you like this, and I'm looking directly at the camera when I say this. I respect every other YouTuber. Anybody want to do it, you can go for it. But Jake Paul, I want you to know that I cannot stand your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a boy from Alabama. If I get knocked out, that's cool. But I promise you, it's going to be a war. And I'm coming to take your fucking head off. I don't like you. I don't respect you. You know what I'm saying? And if you seeing this, go to hell.
You talking like Mike Tyson. You talking like Mike Tyson going crazy.
I'm telling you right now, it's something that you don't want to do with me. I promise you.
Yeah.
Respect to Mike. Please don't kill me if you see this. It was I love you, Mike Tyson.
Well, that just happened.
That happened, man.
All right. So, just got done calling out Jake Paul.
Yes, sir.
Right. But I will say. All right. What's your height? What's your official height?
6'4".
6'4". I always say 6'5". But 6'5". What do you think you're weighing?
I actually weighed myself at your house.
Okay.
246.
246. Okay. Okay. So. If you could just think of one person to call out in a fight, who would you call out?
one person to call out a fight? Like, do I know them personally?
I mean, it could be anybody. Anybody.
Man,
Because I know you talked about street beefs.
Yeah,
because I think that would be a good like entry route into amateur boxing. Obviously, because we're not famous enough to get onto like the YouTube boxing events.
Exactly.
But
one day though,
it may happen. You never know. Like
never know.
It's just a matter of time when you do get recognized. So,
right.
Yeah.
But before I answer that question, with the whole Jake Paul thing, I'm not gonna retract on what I said, but Jake Paul, man, I must give him some form of respect, man. The guy looks great. I feel
Pause.
like pause. But he actually.
He looks like a boxer.
He takes his craft pretty serious.
Yeah.
And I honestly do respect that.
Yeah.
But if there's anybody that I feel like I would call out that I would want to do that with, it would be somebody from Street Beefs. I would.
Baby Hulk.
Baby.
I don't know what they're if they go by weight class there.
Yeah. But man, Baby
Hulk, that's a crazy fight.
Hey man, that's a strong ass dude, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's a
Baby Hulk
real
is a
fight.
strong ass dude.
Yeah.
That's a real fight, And I'd be open to the whole MMA thing, but I'm mainly trying to go
boxing.
For boxing. I'm mainly trying to do the boxing route.
Yeah, they do boxing, and I think honestly, just for a first fight, just putting someone in front of you that's relatively around the same size.
Skill level. Yeah, same size.
I was gonna say same size and skill. Just to get comfortable.
Right.
Because I think each fight you build off of confidence and stuff of that nature.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think it's definitely a very spicy something to kind of look into.
Right.
I think that is a fun route. I think it's just something, just something to see,
Right.
Because you see all these people who do YouTube and then like, okay, we're getting into boxing. So, I mean, your main thing could be music, and then down the line, maybe grab a little bag, knocking out somebody like Jake Paul or Tommy Fury or I don't know
also,
who else.
he also looks pretty, he's a pretty good boxer as well.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you your take on that fight. Who you got winning, Tommy Fury or Jake Paul?
Respectfully, my bet is I want to bet for Tommy. I want to bet for Tommy. But
Okay.
Like I said, man, Jake looks incredible. Pause.
So do you want to see Tommy win just because So let me. Do you like Jake Paul?
No,
No, you don't like him. Okay,
don't.
so you don't like him as a person.
I do not like him as a person.
Which I mean, we don't really know him personally. We just
Right.
know the internet person, and I don't like his internet personality myself. But
Yeah,
doesn't mean he's not a standout guy
Yeah.
when he, behind the cameras and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. I don't like his
His
internet
ego.
personality.
Yeah, his
that's
internet
what I say.
personality. Yeah. But some form of that has to be truth,
Yeah, most definitely.
And I know he's trying to sell fights and stuff, but just kind of the way he goes about it is disrespectful.
It's very, my biggest.
Which is, it's going to sound hypocritical because I'm a big ass Conor McGregor fan, but
Yeah,
it
me
is
too.
what it is. But,
it is.
It's hypocritical, but in that sense, because he can be, Conor McGregor can be somewhat of a Irish hole.
Yeah. Conor can be a dick at times, but the thing is, when you've accomplished as much as Conor McGregor,
then you can talk a little bit.
You can talk like that
and let it hang. Yeah,
we have to give Conor credit from his. I know you've seen his backstory, man.
He was on food stamps, wasn't he?
Poor Irish.
Yeah,
boy,
wasn't
man.
he like in special the Section 8 housing, kind of something similar to that?
A plummet. Started off as a plumber. He's like, man, this ain't gonna cut it, man.
And he chased his dreams.
Yeah. Found out that he is one of
the
greatest.
Yeah, he's him.
He is him.
Yeah,
and it sucks. Just the last couple of fights have been a pain in the arse for me to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but speaking about that. Speaking of that, man. Go ahead.
Tic tac. Time out. So I'm just going back to Jake Paul and Tommy though. Before we get, I think I know where you were trying to.
Oh, true.
So I'm just going back to that a little bit again. So you got Tommy Fury winning, correct? Okay, what's your prediction?
I honestly don't see anybody getting knocked out in this fight.
You don't think anybody's getting knocked out?
I don't think nobody's getting knocked out in this fight. I'd have to give.
That's interesting.
I have to give a unanimous decision to Jake Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I I haven't seen Tommy fight like that. I've seen him a couple times, but I haven't been like, oh my gosh, that's like a Fury, you know, like a real Fury.
Right.
His brother Tyson.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's one bad man.
He's a bad man.
So I think it really depends on the pace that Tommy gives Jake.
Oh yeah.
I think if he lets Jake come forward and dictate the fight, like just come forward, mow him down, you know, try to get him in the corner, try to get him on the ropes, makes him uncomfortable. I think you know the fight's gonna go for Jake. I think Jake can knock him out though.
Oh yeah.
Which I mean, I don't know how good Tommy Fury's chin is. I really don't. I don't think he's lost a fight.
We haven't really seen.
But he hasn't been tested either, though.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so he ain't been tested.
Haven't seen his chin tested.
Yeah. So, but people who ain't been knocked out a lot tend not to get knocked out. People who've been knocked out a lot because their chin, you know, deteriorates.
Exactly.
You keep getting punched in the face.
Saying.
Max Holloway.
Yeah.
I don't know how you be doing that every fight, dog. I don't know how you be doing that.
Max, man, you have. But I don't know, dog. Yeah. Unless your ass ain't one of the Diaz brothers.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nate Diaz too. I don't know Nick too.
Nick, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's another topic though. Yeah. But I think if Tommy Fury comes out, whoever comes to the center of the ring first, I think really determines that fight. I know it's such a simple way to look at it, but I think whoever establishes the ring dominance, like I'm gonna bring the fight to you today.
Yeah.
And I try to use like a UK accent. I don't know if that was good or not, but
it was alright.
If he comes out and demands like I'm gonna be the one bringing the fight to you, and you're gonna be the one surviving this fight, I think he wins. But I think Jake wholeheartedly believes like I'm going in there and knocking this kid out.
Yeah, that's exactly
I will say
what
that
he wants to do.
It don't. Hope everything's straight. You good, Ricky?
Good.
But I just think that if he comes in there, I think if he comes in there and it's like dead set, I'm gonna fight. You good? You good? Everything all right? All right, cool. Yeah. But if he comes in there and says I'm gonna win this fight, like, well, what I'm trying to get at. Hold on, let me reframe myself. So every time he fights, even if it's sparring, he's like, I'm winning this fight.
Yeah.
And I think he has that dog mentality, though.
Yeah, I respect his mentality as well.
Yeah. So I think if he goes in there, if Jake goes in there and does what he always is doing, then he wins. But if Tommy flips that role, like, no, I'm not gonna let you just kind of beat me around the ring.
Exactly.
Then I think Tommy wins.
Yeah.
So.
I
Me and you
like
both. So you got Tommy winning. What would you say my decision is? I don't know. Like I don't know who's gonna really win, other than when, like I said, I think as soon as I see who takes the center of the ring first, I think that's like who's gonna win. But
you know, our decisions may change while like in the middle of the fight.
True.
Because I did have Jake winning by unanimous decision.
Yeah.
But
you may see 30 seconds of it and say, all right, he getting his ass out.
Tommy is. Yeah. But I really want Tommy to win. You know, not taking anything away from either person. But Jake, I do respect Jake's. I respect his fighting style.
Yeah.
If I had to compare, I'd say he's aggressively patient.
Aggressively patient.
He's aggressively patient. I feel like he's getting way better at picking his shots.
Timing the shots. Yeah. You talking about Jake?
Yeah,
Correct.
Jake is.
Right,
he's
I'm just making sure.
way better at timing his shots.
Yeah.
If you compare it from one of his earlier fights, from like Nate Robinson to
Nate Robinson stick to basketball.
Slip, dog. Stick to basketball. But if you compare that from Nate Robinson's fight to Tyron Woodley's fight.
Yeah,
Jake has really upped his game.
I think against Anderson Silva, we've seen a different Jake too, because that was Anderson Silva's more of a sound boxer, even though he was in the MMA like UFC. But I think that was the closest thing he's gotten to a real boxer.
Yeah,
Tyron Woodley kind of knew what he was doing in there though, because he had some background of striking, even though he was mostly a grappler wrestler in the UFC. But he did have some haymakers.
He did.
And then we know Ben Askren, Ben
had no.
Yeah, he just showed up and grabbed a bag and he said, "All right, I'm getting knocked out.
I'm done. Like Ben, if you ever see this man."
Someone said he looked like ice cream.
That was Snoop.
Yeah,
Snoop said he looked like a big bag of ice cream. That shit was so funny.
But let's go back to Conor. We were talking a little bit about Conor.
Right.
So obviously big news from the UFC. They got a great year planned out with John Jones coming back.
I'm so glad we
fighting.
touched on this.
Is it Cyril Gane? I want to make sure I'm pronouncing
Cyril Gane. Yeah,
Cyril Gane. And I'm a big fan of Cyril Gane.
Mm-hmm.
I really actually like him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he could have beat Francis Ngannou. Is that how you pronounce that as
Francis
well?
Ngannou, yeah.
I think he could have beat him. All love to Francis though, beast. But the fact that we're getting John Jones back in the UFC this year and Conor McGregor is big.
It's big.
And I think wasn't John Jones signed for an 8-fight contract, like 8 fights?
I think it was 8 fights.
And I thought Sean O'Malley was signed for 8 fights as well.
Yep.
So that's really good. That's really good that you get that.
It is, man.
But let's get to Conor, because obviously that makes big news. Michael Chandler, Conor McGregor, they're going to be hosting, what is it, the Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah.
And then at the end of this,
challenge, if I'm not
yeah, at the end of it, then they get to fight. So, what's your thoughts?
Man, first of all, with me being a Conor McGregor fan, I'm going to bring it back to me becoming a Conor McGregor fan. First off, I hated Conor McGregor.
Facts. He really hated Conor McGregor.
I could not stand Conor McGregor, man.
Yeah.
Because for the sole fact that he was Conor McGregor, like that's the only thing I can say about
him. And he was also a Nate Diaz fan.
And I was,
exactly. That's his favorite fighter, I think, right?
Like
Nate Diaz and then John Jones.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. My all-time favorite is John Jones, but Nate is up there as well.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I started respecting Conor, and Conor became one of my favorite fighters because I started watching his fights more, and I'm like, this man is cocky because he has every right to be cocky. If anybody saw what he did,
the Mystic Mac,
you know what I'm saying? If anybody saw what he did to Eddie Alvarez,
that was crazy.
Man, the perfection of his shots was ridiculous. Everything was timed well, man. Like, but it's safe to say that I'm very elated about this fight.
Huh?
I'm very elated about this fight.
What does that mean?
Very happy about it.
Oh, very happy.
Yeah,
okay.
Very happy about the fight.
So we'll get to predictions and we'll talk more. But I will talk about. So I got asked this question last night because I brought up to my mom, about Conor McGregor fighting, and they were like, "Oh, is he just gonna talk? Is he gonna fight?" And again, it's gonna sound hypocritical because I don't like Jake because of his persona, but then Conor McGregor, I feel like Jake kind of mimics him. Mm. But I truly think that Conor McGregor got me into the UFC. Like, when I say got me into it, I started watching sports, combat, because of Conor McGregor.
Right.
So for that, I say I was blessed because he opened that door for me, because just seeing him made me pay attention to the UFC. So it's I'm going to always be, a fanboy, because he was my first fighter that I liked from the UFC. For real. Exactly. Other than Chuck Liddell. Yeah. But I didn't watch it.
Right.
And if it wasn't for Conor McGregor, I might have never started watching the UFC. Right. So just that, that's why I really like him, truly. But I'm conflicted on this fight. Okay. I love this fight. Right. It's a great fight. It's going to be fireworks. Conor, I wish you kind of would have took up a better tune-up fight, because Michael Chandler is not. That is not easy work.
It's not.
I mean, ask anybody's chin who's been hit by Michael Chandler's overhand.
T-Ferg front kick.
He got that kick.
He got that front kick.
His face changed.
Dude, yeah. NFT type shit.
Yeah, it changed. But this is an interesting fight. Michael Chandler can wrestle. We know Conor can defend takedowns, and he kind of know. I'm not gonna say he's a wrestler predominant. He's not gonna go in there and be like Khabib with wrestling. We know that's not his lethal threat. His lethal threat is his striking ability, his kickboxing ability. But I think this is gonna be a stand and bang type fight.
It is,
and I think it is gonna be a damn good show.
It's gonna be a damn good show.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good show. I really highly expect a knockout in this fight. I don't even see how it goes out of the first round.
From either or, man.
Yeah.
But
what's your prediction though?
I can't say this. I feel like me and you both know, especially the Michael Chandler versus Justin Gaethje fight. We saw that a lot. Michael Chandler, man, he's a tough SOB. but he can be very.
Who you talking about, Justin?
I'm talking about Michael Chandler.
Okay, yeah.
But with Mike, he's tough, man. He's very tough.
Tough as nails.
Yeah,
easy.
but I feel like sometimes he gets irresponsibly tough.
Exactly. That was the
you know what I'm
best
saying?
well said I think I've heard about Michael Chandler.
He gets irresponsibly tough, man. Like
Yeah.
we all know, man, this guy's a badass.
And he can take a shot.
And he can take a shot, one hell of a shot.
The fight with Dustin Poirier, that was a crazy
He
fight.
took, it was.
Yeah, he was taking some hits.
Yeah.
And it was going back and forth.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
You know
a crazy fight.
And I just compare it to the Michael Chandler and Justin Gaethje fight because both of them were going toe to toe.
Yeah, Justin Gaethje's
shout out Justin as well, man.
Yeah,
he's like
crazy good,
crazy good, man. Like
there's
ruthless.
just some heavy hitters though in the lightweight division.
Exactly that.
Charles Oliveira.
Yeah, he's
gatekeeping number one spot, and then you got Islam Makhachev.
I always mess up.
I don't
his
know how
name.
to pronounce it, but
I always mess up his name.
You got some dogs in the lightweight division. I would not want to be in the lightweight division.
No.
Luckily, I'm a fatter guy.
Yeah.
If I went that route, but
me as well. It's too many people to be messed with on there.
Yeah, most definitely. So, prediction, man.
Yeah,
prediction.
But with me saying he was irresponsible.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, go ahead.
You're good. With me saying that he's irresponsibly tough.
Yeah.
Conor is more of a precise powerhouse.
Yeah.
He picks his shots. He's very good at timing his shots.
Yeah.
And recently we've seen Conor more flat-footed boxing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he was also training for
boxing too.
Exactly.
Which is stupid though, because you're so. I won't say that probably to his face, but like you're in the UFC, train for mixed martial arts.
Right.
Don't just plan for boxing. But I think he had a fight range with Manny Pacquiao, so that's why he was predominantly. We're referring to the Dustin Poirier fight where he was flat-footed.
Exactly.
Correct. Okay.
Right. That he was more flat-footed in Dustin Poirier. Not the first one. The second one, he was more flat-footed in the second one.
Yeah.
And in the third one, we got a glimpse of the old Conor.
Yeah.
Before his tragic injury.
Yeah.
And with that being said, man,
your wife's in my DMs.
Yeah, my wife's in my DMs.
Man, that's crazy. You just broke your foot. He's still talking shit. Yeah, he's still talking. That's shit. What makes him Conor McGregor.
That's why I love Conor, man. But fight predictions, I have to give it TKO second round.
Second round TKO.
TKO
okay.
Second round. Conor
McGregor.
With either I say 59 seconds or a minute into the second round.
Okay, that's crazy. So my prediction, I got a little bit of a different prediction.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna make it to a second round. I really don't. I hate because I'm such a big Conor McGregor fan. Michael Chandler is gonna come out like a ravaged dog.
Most definitely.
He's not gonna hold back.
Most definitely.
He's gonna say like, "I'm bringing this fight to you. What are you gonna do, Mr. McGregor?"
Yeah.
So I can see this going. Michael Chandler is gonna just freight train him.
Yeah.
He's gonna bring the fight to him, and more than likely he's gonna start just bashing his head in and then slamming him and just going to ground and pound.
Yep.
And then TKO from that. Or kind of like what you're saying, he's going to go in there going crazy, and we're going to see that Mystic Mac start head bopping.
Precise, man.
Okay.
Counter. Yep.
Slipping. He's going to start countering off of his punches.
Yep.
And it's going to make Chandler kind of bounce back a little bit because you're saying, oh shit, I'm getting hit and it hurts. And I think if Conor can get into that where this guy can't touch me mentality, I think he can get him out in round one. I truly believe it.
And I respect that as well.
Sorry, again, I can see if Conor McGregor is able to do what Conor McGregor can do, which we've seen him do, I can see him rocking him TK. I don't think it's going to be a true knockout. I think it's going to be TKO.
TKO, both ways.
Yeah. I can see that happening where, remember, was it Donald? Is it Donald Cerrone?
Donald Cerrone, where he was using the shoulder back.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like I think if we get that Conor, I think it'll be a TKO stoppage.
Yeah, most definitely.
And that's not even the best form of Conor by any means. I was just using that as an example.
Kind of just coming out and taking care of business in the first round.
Exactly.
But
And with that as well, I feel like Conor works more. Going back to boxing,
Yeah.
I feel like he works more like Terrence Crawford, T-Bud. I don't know if you from Omaha.
It's starting to ring a bell. Yeah.
That very bad man. He's from Omaha. Very bad man.
Okay.
Undefeated right now.
Okay.
Predominantly knockouts. But the reason I compare T-Bud to Conor is because even though it's different sports, when both of them smell blood, they go crazy, and it's not even a rush. It's more
It's
of
precise.
like it's
Yeah.
precise.
Yeah.
It's still precise, and they keep their head straight. Like, okay, at any time I know he can counter one of my punches and knock me out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna aggressively pick him apart. That's why I love Conor McGregor. That's why I love T-Bud.
Yeah. I think those are good predictions, though. But like I said, I can see Conor losing this fight if Michael Chandler comes out, and because of that ring rust, and because of the injury, and him not feeling himself, I can see him getting steamrolled if he doesn't come out like we know he can fight.
Now let me ask you this question. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
If Conor McGregor loses this fight, what's next for
Boxing.
Conor?
100% leave the UFC, go to boxing. Do cherry picking boxing matches that make sense and make money.
Okay. Now,
because your legacy is already damaged right now.
Right. And
Floyd Mayweather too.
Yep, yeah, that's very true. And I do have another question. Even if Conor did take that idea into mind and he branched off into boxing, do you think he could possibly go box for a little while and then come back to the MMA? No. Or do you think he should retire with boxing?
I think what screwed his MMA career was fighting Floyd Mayweather and taking that time away after making that big bag, which made sense though. I truly don't think for Conor where he's at in his life at this point, he can bounce around. I think being a UFC fighter takes probably a lot more on your body.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So I think that's what screwed him up going to boxing. And then not conditioning his legs like he should have in that Dustin Poirier 2 fight. And then in Dustin Poirier 3 fight, you see his legs, his foot snaps.
Yeah.
Because I don't think his legs are conditioned as they used to be.
No.
And they're never going to be the same. So, but in boxing, you don't have to worry about checking leg kicks.
Exactly.
Or takedowns. And then you can truly, what he's really talented at is just focus on what you're already good at.
Yep.
I would love to see it, and I'm going to throw it out there, a Khabib-Conor boxing fight.
I'd love that as well.
Yeah.
I love that as well.
I don't think Khabib stands a chance.
He doesn't. But a lot of people are not saying you, but because I know you may not like Khabib, but you do respect him.
Oh, I respect. Yeah. At the end of the day, he's a hell of a UFC fighter, one of the best.
Most definitely. But a lot of people sleep on Khabib
striking. Yeah,
he's a damn good striker, but he's no Conor McGregor.
No.
You know, and that can be said for a lot of the people that you see in the UFC right now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel like there will never be another Conor McGregor.
Yeah. So we got Conor McGregor winning. We got Tommy Fury winning. Tommy Fury winning against Jake Paul, right?
I want Tommy Fury to win, but
okay.
Jake Paul.
We're still up in the air about that. Okay.
Right.
And we talked about the balloon in China.
Right.
We talked about music.
Right.
Music on your way, right? We're working on an album.
Yes, sir.
And stay tuned on that because we're going to have some TikTok content for him as well. Drop in the comment section what you think would be good video ideas for him to get publicly known for music. Like, drop some comment ideas. For me, February 17th. Let me double check that real quick for you guys. I just want to verify that because I'd hate to tell you the wrong day that my album's dropping. Which the album cover did change, folks. The distributing company I work with on dropping my music deemed my album cover was not right. I'm not real sure why. It said the text I was using, so the Broken Dreams Boulevard sign, I guess, wasn't good. So I had to change the album cover. I'm gonna show it to Jay real quick. But that's the new album cover.
I like that as well.
Yeah.
I like that as well.
You see how it says approved? So you know it's happening. But yeah, I got scared that the drop was gonna get pushed off. Let me see here. Yeah, February 17th. If you want a pre-download link, drop your name in the comment section. I will send you a private link that is like a pre-save link, so you get it right away as soon as it drops. And then, again, just to kind of somewhat talk about, it will definitely be on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, Instagram, like Instagram Music. It'll be on Instagram. It'll be on YouTube. So, I mean, it'll be on 23 different stores. You have access to it in all countries across the world. So, there's not a reason for you not to listen to the album unless you just don't want to listen.
Unless you just don't want to.
So, music on the way.
Yes, sir.
Drop what you liked in the comment section about this podcast. Obviously, we're learning. This is something we're learning. We're taking in knowledge. And you guys are giving us the feedback on what we can do better. Bear with us. We had some technical issues in the beginning of the podcast. But again, big shout out to our guy Ricky for letting us, do this in his studio and all that stuff.
Big shout out, man. We appreciate it.
If it wasn't for the studio, it wouldn't be possible. So just big shout out to that. Much love, everybody. Anything else you want to say to the people?
Nah, man. Just be on the lookout. We on the way up.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time. Thank you for tuning in.
Number 1 podcast in the world on its way.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide.